I know no day. Yesterday, I woke up and Bob was crawling around my room licking my jewelry. So I shouted, "Get out my room." And that was the start of my no day. Then I came downstairs and I saw that egg. I cried and said, "I can't eat that." And Mummy said, "You could eat it last week. Look at Bob eating his mashed banana." After the terrible egg, I didn't like my shoes either, so I took them off all by myself, shouting, "No shoes." And then we had to go shopping and Mummy said, "Please stop wriggling, Bella." But I couldn't stop wriggling in the end. I shouted, "Get me out." Mommy said, "You will give Bob an earache and you are giving me a headache." And Bob poked me and said, "Yeah." At lunchtime, Sashi and her mommy came to play and to have some peanut butter and grapes and a cookie, but my cookie broke. Then I couldn't play nicely and I kept saying, "No, you can't be princesses." And in the end, Sasha and mommy went home. In the afternoon, it was my ballet lesson. I said, "Ballet is too itchy." But I was very loud and Mrs. Clark stopped playing the piano and Miss Loza said, "Dear, oh dear, perhaps you should sit in the corner then." On the way home we met the lady who lives next door, and she said that Bob was the sweetest thing she'd seen all day, and she said, "And how is Bella?" I was a long way behind, so I had to shout, "I have a hurting foot," and Mummy said could keep my voice down, and I please stop lying on the sidewalk. Then it was time for my supper and my bath, but those peas were too hot, and our bath was too cold, and I was too wet, and it was too minty. After that I rolled and said, no bed, no," and Mommy said, "Well, I think someone needs to go to bed." But I rolled all over my room, and then I rolled into Bob's room, and I said, "Bed is for babies," and then I yawned a little yawn. Then I crawled into my room, and Mommy said, "Who wants a story?" And I said, "Nobody," but she came into my room anyway, and we cuddled up and had my best story about fairies and cake. Yawn. I yawned again, and I said very quietly, "Today was a very bad day, Mommy, sorry." And she kissed me good night and said, "I know we all have those days sometimes, but perhaps you will be more cheerful tomorrow." And I was cheerful all day long. Subscribe to Storytime with me.